EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, strike. 70 Lions. 19 Lions.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18.
Back to throw. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
18 run, 60.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
To me, he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Seattle.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Back to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Call that an 84-yard kick return. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Norton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
That's another Seahawks.
Cut 19! Cut 19!
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 5. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing is Milton. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Here's Milton. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
60 Vikings, 60.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the count. Boys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Milton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
19 Lions, 19.
To throw is Milton. Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line.
First and 10.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Ready.
Now Milton. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Trying to run for it with Hampton. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here's Milton now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
To throw, it's Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Milton. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back around the 18-yard line. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Trap 60, trap 60.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. We'll get that to Charbonnet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And the Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 32. And the Seahawks first down.
18, right here, go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one's going to come up short. Great throw.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Mike Evans. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, first and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now he's free at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Here we go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game,
oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Mike Evans. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Ready? 60 Eagles.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This is caught. And take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Devin Duvernay 21 yards away. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, what a move. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Let's go now.
A gain of 13 yards.
They'll look to throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
First and 10.
Back to throw here. He finds his man complete. It's Horton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is playing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, 18, 79 Broncos. Trap 50, trap 50. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up 2nd and long.
Ready, ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, yes, that was good pressure applied that time by the defensive unit. They forced him out wide to his left, but with nobody home, he decided to tuck it and go, and he's able to turn it into a short gain.
Now he's going to step up and run. He completes it to Evans. touchdowns. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's go now.
2nd and 4. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Cowboy 80.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There he goes up the right sideline. And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. Big yardage there on the scramble, and gets him a first down.
Or even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Mike Evans, 49 yards. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
16. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Operating from the gun, Milton. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He'll try to do it himself. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
70, go!
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Get it!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sign of relief. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Pushing his way through. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Landon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Come on, come on. Hey, hey, go.
On play action, they'll throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's out to Chubb, complete. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. This is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing is Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it'll be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
He's going to go up top again. This is caught at the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. 77 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Now the try here for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down.
Hey, 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Milton. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now he'll tuck this and run. A beautiful fake. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Milton. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
On the go.
2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Tag. Go.
Back to throw. Milton. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And now Now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
32.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Yards. And the Seahawks.
Now Darnold. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Kenny Clark in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Norton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Here we go,
Darnold down to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
So they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Rocco switch.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Leonard Williams, the former number 2 6 overall pick got the sack that time.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
3rd down. 3rd and 1.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now he's going to step up and run. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Back to throw, Darnold. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick here is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Officially, it's an 82-yard kick return. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Again, Elbert Partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our